What's up, everybody? It's your modern day prophet, the most intelligent human being alive. And today, man, I got to do a video titled "We Need a We Need a Mental Health Check at the White House." We need a sanity check at the White House. And I'm not gonna lie, it breaks my heart to have to even make this video because I like President Trump, but the things we've been seeing makes me question whether he still has the mental capacity to be president. I mean, understand, people, the presidency is a huge job. You got access to the red button, you got access to nuclear weapons. And we keep electing all of these fossils, these old people to the White House. And as you see, I got the picture on Joe Biden, somebody who had to get a sanity mental health check, and he failed his. He had to resign as president. And now I believe that it's time that we do a mental health check on this guy. Because he's about to be 80 years old, like in a few weeks. And, like I said, I really don't think he still has the capacity to be president. And, it just is what it is. I think, it's nothing against President Trump or even Joe Biden. As we get older, our mental capacity diminishes, it decreases. We still don't, some of us don't maintain the same level of, mental ability that we had when we was young. And I think President Trump is hitting that point where he just no longer has the mental faculties to keep being president. And I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna show you the things that proves this point. And it's your choice whether you want to accept it or not. But you know, this guy got some issues. So let's take a look at this video right here. Let me take the
threat to Iran, warning that the U.S. will target Iran's
oh,
critical
wait a minute. Nah,
infrastructure if.
not this one, actually. Wait a minute. That's not the one. Is it this one? No, it must be. Huh, let's see. Where are we at? Is it this one? Nah. Hold up.
Commander, welcome back. The station has been waiting.
Sorry
Let me show
about
you
that,
around.
y'all.
This is
Sorry
Echo.
about
Iran
that.
UFO secrets
Here
are
we
under
go.
threat. 10 top scientists have vanished or turned up dead since 2023. President Trump calls an urgent meeting in this regards and vows answers fast. Our next report unpacks the shocking mystery. Take a look.
They guarded America's darkest secrets. Top minds in UFO probes, nuclear weapons.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there, people, just for a minute. And I just want y'all to know that this whole 10 scientists missing is trash, is garbage. They're making it up. How can 10 scientists just die or go missing? I want y'all to think about that for a minute. How can 10 teachers, 10 police officers, 10 paramedics, 10 lawyers, 10 judges, 10 grocery store workers, how can 10 anybody just go missing? And it's not on the news, it's not, it's no big deal. 10 scientists just die or go missing and there's no big deal. Okay, you people, come on now. Anyway.
Space defense. Now 10 are gone, dead or vanished without trace. They operated in the shadows of classified hangars and buried bunkers. They were the architects of America's supremacy in space and atomic energy. But
now, let me stop it one more time. I already told y'all that NASA doesn't have any scientists. Now, most of these scientists that they're showing you, they're saying they're from NASA. NASA has no scientists. NASA is a movie/art studio. They have artists and actors and directors and producers. That's all NASA is. Everything that's ever come from NASA is a hoax. It's a lie.
now, 10 scientists are either dead or vanished. Now the US President Donald Trump says he is looking into the matter and promises quick answers.
There are these 10 missing scientists with access to classified stuff, nuclear material, aerospace. They've all gone missing or turned up dead in the last couple months. Based on what you've been briefed, what do you think is happening here? And do you think that this is connected or totally random? Well,
Okay, before I even get to his answer, people, look at this. Does this even look real to y'all? Does this even look real to y'all? Okay.
I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left a meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff, but we're going to be done. Hopefully, I don't know.
Pretty serious stuff, huh? 10 scientists are dead or missing in this pretty serious stuff. Okay.
No coincidence, if you whatever you want to call it, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to...
Very important people. Some of these scientists were very important people. Okay.
look at it over the next short term.
Now, let me tell y'all this, people. If this was really a true story and 10 scientists were dead or missing, there's only one group that could even pull that off. The only people that could pull that off would be the government. Nobody else could pull that off. Only the government could pull off something like that. So if it was true, which is not, it's not true. It's for some reason they're trying to distract us. In fact, let's go back to this right here. Let's go to this right here. All right. Cut it down just a little bit. But okay, y'all remember this? Now keep in mind, we supposedly, this is all bullshit too. This is fake and phony as shit too, but we supposedly just did a moon mission. And there was no mention of no missing NASA scientists. Also, did y'all notice how suspicious it was that we did a moon mission right around the time we went to war with Iran? Did that seem strange to anybody? That while we're going to war, we decided to do a moon mission? And this is all fake and phony, people. I already explained this in a different video why it's fake and phony. And how you know, this is how you know NASA knows nothing about the solar system whatsoever, because they're not really, scientists. They're actors and movie producers and artists, like I told you. So, okay. So I'm guessing, they're feeling the need to distract us with really stupid shit. They're not even putting no work into these distractions. This is just totally stupid and for the dumbest of the dumb. I can't believe that anybody with the slightest bit of intelligence would believe in any of this bullshit. But all right, anyway, let's go on to something else. So Trump has already lost his fucking mind here. Okay. Now, like I said, if this was serious, I'm pretty sure the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, the federal marshals, local law enforcement, I'm pretty sure that every law enforcement agency in the country would be looking for these scientists if this was real. But anyway, let's go on to something else. Let's look at this. Yeah, this is the
Tehran
one.
does not reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
Wait, let's back this up a little bit.
That is President Trump's latest threat to Iran, warning that the U.S. will target Iran's critical infrastructure if Tehran does not reopen the Strait of Hormuz. That is that critical oil thoroughfare that's been at a virtual standstill since the U.S. and Israel started this war 5 weeks ago. Now, Trump's deadline for the Iranians to make a deal or reopen the strait has repeatedly shifted, and now he says in this profanity-laced social media post that if Iran does not, quote, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. This message comes hours after Trump announced the rescue of the missing airman whose F-15 jet was shot down over Iran. And his stark language here...
Okay, did y'all hear that? Okay, he's going to basically destroy the whole country of Iran. He's going to bomb the bridges, the power plants, all of it. He's going to totally wipe them out. Let me see. No, okay. Dang, I think I missed it. Oh, I can't. That's not... Oh, let's see. Is it this? No, not that one. Oh, let's try this video.
Well, Lisa, at this point, it appears President Trump is not going to back down or delay his threat to hit Iranian civilian infrastructure by 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, posting here on Truth Social, saying that I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. But he also, of course, added, who knows? Of course, the president has before delayed and deferred his previous threats. And just yesterday, he did say that he felt that Iran was negotiating in good faith, even citing that he thought that Iranian officials were hampered in their communication with the U.S. over security concerns, and that's why he previously delayed this deadline before. Still, we have to pair that with reports this morning that Israel has already hit Iranian infrastructure, dozens of sites, according to reporting, as well as Axios reporting that there have been military targets hit.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to that. Did y'all just hear what they said about Israel? Now, I'm going to tell y'all very shortly where this is all going. And I can tell you what's going to happen to Benjamin Netanyahu. And the same thing is going to happen to President Trump if he goes through with what he just said. This is why I say I think he's lost his fucking mind, to be honest. He's just not fit to be president. But look, let's keep it going.
Hit on Karg Island. Pair that with Fox News reporting that this includes bunkers, radar station, and ammunition storage, but that loading docks were indeed spared, that we haven't seen the U.S. move into that point quite yet. So it's going to be something to watch and develop because, Lisa, as you well know, President Trump said that today it depends on what Iran does, whether or not the U.S. is going to wind down, or escalate its operations later tonight.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want.
So let's come back here.
Underscores how emboldened Trump appears to be following that remarkable
Let me go forward
into
a
this
little
conflict, and polling shows it is deeply unpopular with Americans, particularly because the strait's closure has.
Okay, this war, the war in Iran we're in the middle of, the one that we're fighting side by side with Israel. Now let me talk about that for a minute. We're fighting a war in the Middle East against Iran with Israel. Can y'all just imagine how bad that optic looks in the Middle East? Now, understand that these Sunni and Shia Muslims kill each other all the time. Even Sunni kill other Sunni, Shia kill other Shia. But Sunni and Shia kill each other all the time, kill each other's children, blow up each other's mosques. These people devastate each other. But the one thing that they will come together on is their hatred for Israel. The entire Middle East hates Israel. If you want to turn the entire region against you, fight side by side with Israel. This makes no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? That the whole thing makes no sense. Somebody with no military experience wants to do something no ever president has ever done in history, wage a war with Iran. The president with no military experience anyway. Let's keep it going.
Driving factor in rising gas prices here at home. Trump has said repeatedly that this
the inflation is out of control for the second fucking time. This president hasn't even been president for 2 years, and we're already going through severe inflation for the second time.
military action will be over in a matter of weeks, as he's asked Americans for their short-term patience. Now, he's telling Fox News in a new interview that he believes Iran could make a deal by Monday, but he is making very clear that there will be consequences if it doesn't.
Okay. So that's not even the one I'm really trying to find, people. The one I'm really trying to find, I can't even find. I had another video. Wait a minute, is this it? This is the one.
The deal. Every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition by 12 o'clock.
Bombing bridges and power plants could be devastating for Iranian civilians. The president asked if that would amount to a war crime.
Are you concerned that your threat to bomb power plants and bridges amount to war crimes?
No.
But some experts warn those strikes could violate international law.
We strike civilian targets, power generation plants. They, of course, support hospitals. They support desalination plants. These are things that are necessary for life in any society, and it will certainly be challenged under international law. It might backfire on us, of course, because Iran can certainly do the same with our allies and partners in the region.
ABC's Mary Bruce asked the president about the consequences for the Iranian people. Wouldn't that be punishing Iranians for the actions of the regime?
Okay, and these people are right on the money. This fucking idiot, this is what I'm saying. This is why he's not fit to be president. This dumbass has just come out in front of the whole fucking world, in front of the media, and bragged and threatened to commit crimes against humanity, to commit war crimes. Benjamin Netanyahu is already guilty of this. Just let you know. I guarantee you, he's going to be in front of the international crimes. I guarantee you he's going to get tried for international war crimes. I guarantee it. And President Trump, if he goes through with it, he's going to be right there with him. You cannot. Okay, let me explain something and not explain it to you. It's called the Geneva Conventions, 4 international treaties and 3 additional protocols that form the core of international humanitarian law, setting binding rules to limit the barbarity of war. They protect people not taking part in fighting, civilians, medics, aid workers, and those who can no longer fight, including wounded, sick, shipwrecked troops, and prisoners of war. This is why you can't bomb a whole fucking country and their infrastructure. It's against the Geneva Conventions, people. It's against international law. It's crimes against humanity. It's war crimes. You cannot do that. We are part of the Geneva Convention. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is why this man isn't fit to be president. Well, I think he's lost his goddamn mind, to be perfectly honest. I think he's lost his mind. And like I said, he's going to come out and basically brag about what he's going to do to Iran. Announce, hey, I'm going to commit war crimes. Come on, man. You have got to be kidding me. I hope y'all hear what I'm saying right now. And, if this ain't depressing enough, the high gas prices, the high food prices, and, wondering if we're on the brink of World War III, the end of humanity, and the end of civilization, if that ain't depressing enough, I do have some good news, people. I think we have a savior. I think we got somebody, the same man that's about to cause all this devastation and destruction. I think he's going to be the one to save us. Look at this picture I found, y'all. I call this picture Jesus Trump. Look at Jesus Trump with his long, flowing red cape. He's touching a man's head with the power, healing him with the power of God. Maybe, just maybe, Jesus Trump will come back to his senses and turn it all around. I do find it odd that we got an 80-year-old man, dressed up as the 30-year-old Jesus. This takes a big ego, but maybe, just maybe, I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe, maybe he is still fit to. Look at this picture. Look at Jesus Trump in the picture. I mean, maybe I got it all wrong, but Jesus Trump actually talked about this picture, and I want to let's hear his explanation. Let's hear what President Donald Trump has to say about that picture of him portrayed as Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
Okay, so you know what, man? I had it all wrong. I thought this was Jesus Trump here. But as you just heard him say out of his own mouth, this isn't biblical. He's not being Jesus. He's not portraying himself as Jesus. You heard him say he did authorize the picture. But no, he's just a doctor. This is the Red Cross here, people. And the Red Cross, just happen to train their people to heal people, using magic. I guess that's magic. I thought it was God's power. And I thought he was trying to be Jesus, but I guess I got it wrong, people. Man, and I call myself the most intelligent human being alive. How could I have gotten that so wrong? Look at this picture. How could I have? You heard his explanation. So I guess we're all fucking idiots. I guess we're just all fucking stupid. This is just the fake news media. Even though he authorized this, it's just the fake news media. Come on, people. If this ain't it, I would be laughing my ass off right now with this picture if it wasn't for the context, of the world right now. We're in a war with some very, very religious zealots, people who take their religion very seriously, people who are willing to die and kill for their religion. So this right here is not funny. This is totally inappropriate with what's going on in the Middle East right now. Now, if I didn't know better, part of me is wondering, is he trying to lead some kind of holy war in the Middle East? Take out the Muslims on behalf of Christianity, which definitely means he needs to come out of office. He needs a sanity check, a mental health check immediately. But if I didn't know better, that's what I'm really kind of wondering and thinking here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what else to say, people. We need a sanity / mental health check at the White House today. Today. We need to verify that this man is still mentally capable of being president, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, especially because of that. Now, you know what? I can't convince you. It's up to you to believe. I think I showed you ample evidence as to why we need that mental health check. But, it's up to you. And this video is not for the Trump haters. This is for the Trump supporters. It's time for y'all to wake up and look at things, realistically. Can y'all still support this man? Can you still support Donald Trump at this point? Anyway, that's all I got to say. Modern Day Prophet is out.